unspoken. Don't ever forget you're golden. I will find the light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see.
Starting off with the simpler design, these are the jeans I'm going to be using. There's nothing wrong with them, they fit me well on the waist, I just don't wear them that much, so I thought they would be more useful to me as a skirt. So first of all, you want to determine the length of your skirt. I just tried these on, and where I thought was a suitable length, I just slotted a pin in there. You can also just mark it with a pen, it doesn't really matter. So just cut that off, and then folding the jeans over and following the same line, so both legs are the same length. And then I'm going to be cutting right up the legs, so just up the first leg, leaving the seam on the front half all the way up to the crotch and down the other leg, and this will just open the jeans up like a skirt. So now what you want to do so everything sits flat is just start cutting up to where the zip is. Don't cut all the way, just do small cuts, see if it lies flat. If not, do a little bit more of a cut. There really is no exact measurement on this, as you'll see with this pair and the next pair. It all just depends on the style of jeans, the material, how stretchy it is, and also the brand and how exactly they've designed the pair. And also size of the jeans plays a big impact as well. The bigger the pair of jeans are, the smaller the slit will be. So just pinning that in place, and as you can see I do have quite an open slit, which in my opinion needs to be covered up a bit. So I'm just taking some fabric from the leg of the jean, slipping that under and also pinning that in place as well. I am going to be using my sewing machine for this, but you can also use heavy duty fabric glue. Just make sure it is washable and, like I said, is heavy duty. And then the back of the jeans looks a lot harder. It's really not. I've just made a little slit at the top of the seam where it ends and just folded the rest of the material under. I've done that on both sides, and this will just give a clean look. Also added that little piece of fabric as well, because you really just do not want your bum on show, especially with this DIY. So like I said, I am on my sewing machine, and as you can see there are 2 rows of stitches, so I'm just going to mimic that and cover both of those, and this will also make it very secure. And then I did the same on the back too. Now I'm just cutting away that excess material, so when you are using that material, just make sure you use more than less, because you can always put it away, but it's not that hard to get back. Then I'm just going to lightly fray it, just using my fingers because I don't want anything too dramatic, and going in and sorting out the inside of the extra material. All I'm doing is just cutting it with a pair of scissors, just trying to go as close as the stitches as possible so it does look neat on the inside like the outside. And those are all the steps you need to do to create a skirt out of a pair of jeans. It's very easy. Like I said, you don't need a sewing machine. You can do this with glue, and you can possibly even do this hand stitching. It'll just take you a little bit longer. But yeah, like I said, that is the most basic design. So moving on to the other one, I did get my original inspiration from the Zara website. I loved the white detail, the white zip detail on the skirt, and this other skirt was literally made out of a oversized pair of jeans, absolutely huge. So I had these in my wardrobe. I do love them as jeans, but I do have to belt them because, as you can see, they are pretty big for me. So I thought I would do a DIY this summer and create this cool skirt because I thought I would love to have it in my wardrobe. So for this next DIY, you do start it slightly different. You will need a zip. My one was 40 centimeters, and I wouldn't go shorter than that unless you're under 5'5". You can always measure from your waist to where you would like a skirt to finish to determine the size of the zip you would like. You do want to go for a longer zip anyway because you can always shorten it. So yeah, doing the exact same method as before, putting a pin in where the zip ends, folding them over and cutting off the excess fabric. Once again, going up the legs, around the crotch, and just making sure the seam is on the front. And then I've just made a little snip through the middle, and as you can see, not as big as the last one because these are a pair of oversized jeans. Now what I'm going to do is split the jeans into 2 halves, so just cutting along both of these side seams. Now, like before, just pinning everything in place. I'm not using extra fabric this time because I don't need it with these pair of jeans. If you were to use stretchy jeans, you might need it then. But yeah, I'm skipping it for this step. Then once all of that is flat, I'm taking a pair of jeans which fit me very well. They're nice and tight. So I'm just pinning those to my skirt, the front and back. So it's kind of giving me a template to go around. I am leaving a 1 centimeter seam allowance, so a 1 centimeter gap, which will just give me a little bit of room for the zip. And now that you've got both of your pieces made to measure, I'm just taking the zip and just pinning it on the inside of both pieces. This isn't the usual way to attach a zip, but for this DIY, definitely going for the exposed zip look. Also, my belt hole was in the way as well, so I did quickly have to unpick that. I just thought it would be helpful to know in case you do run into this problem. So these are the 2 lines I'm going to be stitching down. I'm just going to be doing a straight stitch. And once you've done this, you'll notice that your zip isn't quite flat to the skirt. It does have a few gaps. So to get this sleek, clean look is very simple. All you need to do is use some white thread and just go along the top of it on the front side of the skirt. Like I said, I'm using a sewing machine, but this would also be very easy to do with some strong glue. Like I said before, just make sure it's strong glue and you do allow it drying time, because you definitely do not want a skirt falling apart on you. And then lastly, as you'll see, with the curves of the skirt, the zip will kind of shrink to size. So you do just want to cut away the excess fabric. And once you've done that, you're all done with your skirt. So it just looks like this. It is a full functioning skirt, so I do remove it by undoing the side zipper. I absolutely love both of these skirts. I think they're both incredible ways to repurpose old jeans, so let me know if you enjoyed as well, which one was your favourite, and we can talk down in the comments below. But apart from that, thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye guys.